Headlines have captured a nation's frustration. Across the Philippines, the story is the same. The Navy's long-awaited modernization is stalled, and the sense of urgency grows with every passing day. News outlets and social media are abuzz with questions, and the public's patience is wearing thin as the country's maritime security hangs in the balance. Meanwhile, Indonesian shipbuilder PT PAL, once celebrated as a reliable partner, has remained silent, its shipyards eerily quiet. The closed gates and empty offices have become a symbol of uncertainty, fueling speculation and concern both in Manila and Jakarta. For months, rumors and speculation have swirled around the delayed construction of two new landing platform docks, massive vessels designed to transform the Philippine Navy's capabilities. These ships are not just hardware. They represent hope for a stronger, more responsive maritime force. The Philippines, with its sprawling archipelago and vast coastline, urgently needs these ships. They are vital for national defense, rapid disaster response, and projecting a credible maritime presence in increasingly contested waters. Every day without them is a day the country remains exposed to threats and natural disasters. For the sailors and officers waiting at the docks, the delay is more than an inconvenience. It's a daily reminder of vulnerability. Morale is tested as they watch the calendar slip by, knowing that each missed deadline could have real-world consequences. The contract with PT PAL was once hailed as a regional success story, building on the earlier celebrated delivery of the BRP Tarlac and BRP Davao del Sur. Those ships had boosted confidence and set high expectations for future cooperation. But as optimism faded, deadlines slipped quietly by, and official updates became scarce. Frustration grew behind closed doors, and the once promising partnership began to look uncertain. Now, after months of anxious silence, PT PAL has finally broken its silence, addressing the swirling rumors and pledging to restore faith in the project. Their statement, delivered at a press conference, was meant to reassure both governments and the public. But for a military and a public that have grown tired of waiting, words alone are no longer enough. The disappointment is palpable, and trust must be rebuilt through action, not just promises. The demand from all sides is clear. Show real, tangible progress, not just optimistic statements. The nation wants to see steel being welded, ships taking shape, and deadlines being met. The spotlight is now firmly on PT PAL. The world is watching to see if they can deliver on their promises, or if the Philippines' ambitions for a modern navy will remain indefinitely on hold. The stakes have never been higher. PT PAL's official statement is clear and measured, aiming to reassure both partners and the public. The project is not abandoned, but simply facing an unexpected delay. They want to make it known that setbacks are not the end, but rather a part of the process in such a massive undertaking. The company highlights that constructing modern warships is a highly intricate task, involving thousands of components and countless hours of skilled labor. They stress that quality and safety cannot be rushed, and every detail must be meticulously checked to ensure the final product meets the highest standards. PT PAL points to their proven track record, referencing the successful delivery of two earlier LPDs to the Indonesian Navy. These ships are now actively serving, a testament to PT PAL's capabilities. The current delay, they argue, is a challenge to be overcome, not a sign of failure. They emphasize that communication with Philippine defense officials remains open and ongoing. PT PAL promises full transparency, sharing updates and addressing concerns as they arise, to maintain trust and partnership. The company insists that progress continues daily at the Surabaya shipyard, even if it's not always visible to outsiders. Every weld, every inspection, and every adjustment brings the project closer to completion. Quality, they say, is their unwavering top priority. PT PAL believes it is far better to delay delivery than to risk handing over a flawed or unsafe ship. Their commitment is to deliver vessels that will serve reliably for decades. PT PAL asks for patience and understanding from all stakeholders, assuring everyone that the new ships will be worth the wait. They express gratitude for the continued support and promise to honor the trust placed in them. Yet, the Philippine public and military are growing restless. They want more than just words and reassurances. They are looking for concrete proof that progress is real and that promises will be kept. The company's reputation and the future of this important partnership now depend on delivering visible, verifiable results. Trust must be earned, not just declared. The question remains, Will PT PAL's words and reassurances be enough to satisfy their partners, or is it finally time for decisive action and tangible progress? Despite PT PAL's reassurances, skepticism lingers. In an era of satellite imagery and social media, the absence of photos or updates from the shipyard is glaring. Critics argue that if real progress had been made, PT PAL would have showcased it. The public's trust is eroded by missed deadlines and a lack of transparency. Filipinos see these ships as vital for national pride and security. Delays feel like broken promises. Military officials now demand more than words. They want third-party verification, photographic evidence, and a credible new timeline. The missed milestones suggest deeper issues that could push delivery back by years. The core demand is simple: show, don't just tell. Until PT PAL provides tangible proof, doubts will persist. The burden is on the shipbuilder to restore credibility and get the project back on track. The frustration over delays is rooted in the ship's critical importance. These aren't just routine acquisitions, they're vital assets that the entire nation depends on, especially in times of crisis. Every day that passes without these vessels in service is a day the country remains vulnerable, and that weighs heavily on the minds of military planners and government officials alike. These LPDs aren't just warships, they're lifelines for defense and disaster response. When typhoons strike or earthquakes hit, these ships become floating command centers, capable of delivering food, water, and medical aid to remote islands that are otherwise cut off from help. Their versatility makes them indispensable in both war and peace. For an archipelago facing territorial disputes and frequent natural disasters, the ability to move troops and aid by sea is essential. The Philippines, with over 7,000 islands, relies on maritime mobility, not just for defense, but for the survival and well-being of its people. These ships bridge the gap between distant communities and the resources they need. The BRP Tarlac and BRP Davao del Sur have already proven their worth in both military and humanitarian missions. They've delivered relief during typhoons, evacuated citizens from conflict zones, and participated in joint exercises with allies, showcasing their flexibility and value. With only 2 LPDs, the Navy's capacity is stretched thin. Adding 2 more would double its reach and resilience. This expansion would allow the Navy to respond to multiple emergencies at once, support larger operations, and maintain a stronger presence across the country's vast maritime territory. Every month of delay leaves the country less prepared for the next crisis. Whether it's a natural disaster, a security threat, or a humanitarian emergency, the absence of these ships means slower response times and greater risk to lives and property. These ships are also symbols of national presence, strengthening alliances and projecting Philippine capability abroad. Their participation in international exercises and humanitarian missions enhances the country's reputation and builds trust with partners. Their absence limits diplomatic engagement and regional influence. Without a robust naval presence, the Philippines risks being sidelined in important discussions and joint operations, reducing its voice in regional security matters. The delay isn't just a procurement issue, it's a setback for defense, disaster readiness, and foreign policy. It affects planning, morale, and the nation's ability to fulfill its commitments at home and abroad. The nation's security and reputation are on the line. These vessels are more than steel and engines. They are a testament to the country's resolve to protect its people and assert its place in the world. The delay was foreshadowed by a series of missed milestones. The steel cutting ceremony was quietly postponed, signaling early trouble. The keel laying, when the ship truly takes shape, also slipped by without announcement or evidence. These early failures are alarming because they're the simplest steps in shipbuilding. Each missed milestone creates a domino effect, pushing back every subsequent phase. If the basics are delayed, the complex stages, fitting out, trials, delivery, are at even greater risk. For the Navy, this uncertainty disrupts long-term planning and operational readiness. The missed deadlines have shattered confidence in the original schedule. Now, the question is not just when, but if these ships will join the fleet. The project's credibility is in jeopardy. Analysts point to a tangled web of causes behind the delay. Global supply chain disruptions have made sourcing critical components slow and costly. PT PAL may be stretched thin, juggling multiple contracts, and possibly prioritizing domestic projects. Financial issues, budget shortfalls, payment delays, or currency fluctuations could have stalled progress. Technical challenges like integrating new systems may have required redesigns and further slowed construction. The combination of supply, resource, financial, and engineering problems created a perfect storm. PT PAL's silence only deepened the mystery. The real reasons may be many, but the result is the same: a stalled project and growing frustration. The delay's impact goes far beyond the shipyard. The Navy's modernization is stalled, leaving a critical gap in defense and disaster response. Trust between the Philippines and PT PAL has eroded, casting doubt on future cooperation. Philippine planners will now demand stricter terms and oversight in any new contracts. The incident has reignited calls to develop a domestic shipbuilding industry for strategic independence. Allies are watching, concerned about the Philippines' ability to execute its defense plans. A single project delay now affects everything from local industry to international partnerships. The stakes are higher than ever. The lesson: reliability and transparency are non-negotiable in defense procurement. The way forward centers on three urgent demands. First, PT PAL must provide a new, transparent, and detailed timeline with verifiable milestones. Second, the Philippine Navy needs on-site oversight, engineers and auditors monitoring progress in real time. Third, the government must accelerate investment in local shipbuilding to reduce reliance on foreign suppliers. These steps, clear timelines, strict oversight, and domestic capability, must happen together. The immediate goal: salvage the current project. The long-term vision: ensure delays like this never happen again. Decisive action is now a matter of national interest. Transparency is now the only anchor for this troubled project. The crisis was fueled not just by delays, but by a lack of information. PT PAL and the Philippine government must commit to open, regular updates and real accountability. Every day of delay leaves the Navy less prepared for its many challenges. The urgency is real. Diplomacy must be matched by resolve. Success will require both nations to overcome adversity through partnership and transparency. The final chapter isn't written yet, but with openness and accountability, this story can still end in success. The Philippine Navy and the nation deserve nothing less.